I'm Ted Keys, your host and top freight agent training expert here in Southern California. This topic comes from my 30+ years of business, sales, and freight moving success. Watch, learn, and apply it. You'll move more freight efficiently, effectively, effortlessly, and make more money financially. And call me at 626-309-9141 with any questions. Now explode your business with...
Hello and welcome to my Tuesday training call. I'm Ted Keys, your host and top freight sales training expert.
Today I'll show you how to move more freight efficiently, effectively, and effortlessly so you make more money financially. And after the call today, go to my website, tedkeysonline.com, to hear more of my podcasts, read more of my blog posts, watch more of my videos, and while you're there, visit my Freight Sales Success Store for top-notch freight moving products to explode your business today. And if you have any questions today, any questions regardless of what it is, or specifically, are you ready for my top producing one-on-one personal freight sales, freight broker training? Then give me a call, Ted Keys. I'm at 626-309-9141.
Today's training topic is how staying average creates freight sales. How staying average creates freight sales. You would assume that with a title like that, the two don't go together. Staying average, creating freight sales. However, I will explain to you how staying average does create freight sales, but in the end, it doesn't. However, for those of you that have received your email invite today, just scroll down to that invite that I sent you today and make sure that you print out those free attachments that I sent you. Those free attachments we're going to go over today. For those of you that are not on my list and have not received an invite today, quickest way to do that is go to my website, tedkeysonline.com, Ted, T-E-D, Keys, K-E-Y-E-S, online.com, upper right-hand corner, enter your contact details. That'll get you on my list, and that will allow me to send you my weekly invite. However, going back to our title today, how staying average creates freight sales. First thing I'll tell you right away, guys, is that you will never, ever get ahead on your own by just staying average. Let me give you an example of staying average. In my Freight Sales Success Guide that you all start off with, one of the things that I tell you is at a minimum, that's way down here, at a minimum, obtain 3 new contacts a day. I can tell you right now, that is average. I kept saying earlier, that's a minimum, okay? Just because you get 3 contacts really doesn't mean anything. What really means something is if you get 10 contacts a day, if you get 20, or when you get 20 contacts a day. That is way above average. And when you perform, when you take actions like that, that is what will increase your freight sales. Again, 3 contacts a day, that's average. However, let's go ahead and look at my attachment there, and let's first look at, again, the 4 categories of actions of freight sales. Going to talk about those 4 categories and where our topic fits in today. First category of taking action as a freight sales agent, that's when you do nothing, all right? When you just do nothing, you basically given up. What's that going to do? That is going to lead you to failure. Second form of action as a freight sales agent is when you retreat backwards. What does retreat backwards mean? Well, basically means that something has happened. a prospect has told you something, giving you an objective, and in a sense it's made you retreat backward, where you're not even doing nothing. You're avoiding any type of action because you got some type of objection that didn't sit well with you while you were making your call. So doing nothing is just an attitude. Hey, I'm not going to do this anymore. It's basically quitting. Retreating backward is in your mind, I'm not going to do this because this has happened. And when you do that, there's no way you will get ahead in freight sales. So what's going to happen when you retreat backwards? Well, you will fail. Retreating backwards leads to failure. Third form of action is just being average. Okay, just like my topic is today. It's staying average. And what happens is when you stay average, you just pay the bills. You do enough to get by. And who wants to get into this profession and just be average, just to get by? Where is that going to get you in life, or certainly in this profession? Fourth type of action is when you take massive action. And when you take massive action, that is when you see the success that you are desiring, or that you desire in this profession. So the four actions again: first one, doing nothing; second one, retreating backward; third one we're going to talk about today, and that is staying average, just doing average actions. Fourth one is when you take massive action in this profession. So let me ask you this, guys: how does staying average sound as a way to move more freight loads? I mean, really, how does that sound? Does it have an appeal? Staying average, moving more loads? I mean, staying average, that basically gets you to the JV team, if anything. All right, let me keep going here. Does it have a good ring to it? Does playing on the JV or junior varsity team have a good ring to it? Does it have a bad ring to it? I would hope, okay, that if you've been doing this a while, being average or staying average would not have a good ring to it. Not sure what kind of ring it has? Well, just keep listening and I'll tell you all about what staying average is. You see, staying average, all right, assumes when you take just average actions, it assumes on your part incorrectly that everything and everyone operates in a stable manner. And guess what? That is not the correct way of thinking, all right? Why? Because things are never stable. Things are never stable in our world. If you think that things and actions are going to stay stable, you are thinking wrong. You're thinking incorrectly. Here's an idea of instability. Why do you suppose that we have the news media? The news media exists because of all the instability in our world. That's what they report on. They report on not that it's all negative news. There is some positive news out there, but the media, for the most part, 90 to 95%, reports on the negative news that's out there. Now, why do they do that? Well, they do it because things are unstable, and they do it because the news media knows that, for the most part, that's what individuals are attracted to. They're attracted to drama and chaos. I mean, think of all the drama and chaos that's going on inside your life right now because of the unstable actions that are going on in this world. Now, if we as a whole, culture and society, were attracted to positive things, then the news media would only report, or 95%, they would only report on the positive things going on in our society and culture. However, because of our nature, we're attracted to the negative things. We're attracted to drama and chaos. However, these things occur because of all the instability that happens not only in our lives, but in our world. So, things are never stable. However, newer freight sales agents and brokers, they optimistically overestimate how well things will go on their own, and then underestimate how much energy and effort it takes just to push things through in their freight business. Let me say that again in layman's terms. when we get into this business, we totally underestimate what it actually takes to get going. As I just said earlier, in my Freight Sales Success Guide, I put as a minimum 3 new contacts a day. I can tell you right now, it takes way, way more than that to become successful as a freight agent or a freight broker. If you think you're doing well, just getting a couple contacts a day, you're not going anywhere. There's just no way that a couple contacts a day is going to allow you to push through what's required to eventually become successful. And unfortunately, even if your goal is 3 a day, I mean, if that's your mindset, 3 a day eventually comes 2 a day, which eventually becomes 1 a day, which eventually becomes none a day. And why does it do that? It's because you won't handle the objections that come along with that. You're going to get objections as you make these calls. And believe me, if you get 10 new contacts a day or 20 new contacts a day, there's going to be a tremendous amount of objections that come with getting those. But at least you're making that slope up the hill. And that's what's required to become successful. We all think the grass is greener. I mean, that's our mentality when we get into this. Not only that, not only do we all think the grass is greener, but most individuals think, hey, I'm training with Ted. This will be easy. I'm here to tell you it will not be easy. Yes, the grass is greener because I'm the one giving you guidance and wisdom. But here's the thing. You still have to pick up the phone and connect with the marketplace. It's not going to happen on social media. It's not going to happen on Facebook. It's not going to happen on Twitter. It's not going to happen on LinkedIn. It's going to happen by you picking up the phone and making contact with the marketplace. You see, you simply cannot train or prepare for normal amounts of resistance, competition, and market conditions. What do you do to overcome that? You build your contact list and you continue to build it at rapid amounts. On the plus side, drama and chaos is good. Why? Because that's what eventually gets you the opportunity to move your prospects' loads. It's the drama and chaos that allows them to call you because somebody else has slipped up, somebody else has let them down, and your prospect is going to think, hey, this Ted has been calling me now for 2 weeks. I'm in a bind. Here you go, Ted. You know, overcome the drama and chaos that I'm going through, overcome the problems, the dilemma that I'm going through right now. You come in and find me a truck. That's where drama and chaos has its pluses, okay? It's not all bad. It's got its pluses. That's what usually gets us in. However, in order to get in, you've got to build your contact list and take massive action in the process. So, don't think average action just to pay the bills and get by. Because if that's what you're thinking, if you think that, hey, I'm going to get 3 contacts a day and just keep rolling along here and get 15 contacts a week, that's going to bring me to the promised land. I'll tell you this, that's average action. Over time, yeah, you'll move some loads. It'll be a few loads. It'll be enough loads to just get you by. What do you do in the process? Think massive action. Think 10 contacts a day. Think 20 contacts a day. Think 10x or multiply what you're thinking by 10, that action, and that's what's required to become successful in this profession. That's what you have to think of instead. Another thing, you've got to be ready for these unstable events in the marketplace and whatever is going on in the world. You've got to know that these things are going to happen. You know, hurricanes happen, floods happen. What typically happens is when these hurricanes happen, okay, freight is going to slow down in that area. Trucks will not want to go to that area. So think of it this way. If there's been a hurricane or a flood, massive, you know, over large areas of space, The shippers in that area are going to struggle. Why will they struggle? I can tell you they're going to struggle right now because trucks will not want to go there. Why will they not want to go there? Well, first of all, they've been listening to the news media for several days before this happens, while it's happened, and after it happens. It's a mindset of brokers, well, not brokers, but typically trucking companies, to think, I'm not going there. I'm not going there because I hear all this negative stuff going on in the news. On the plus side, this is where shippers require you the most. They require you the most because trucks are not going there. All you have to do is get in contact with them and they'll say, yeah, I'm having a dog of a time getting this load moved from Houston to Kansas City or wherever it's going. All you have to do is throw the load on your load boards and see what happens. Not only that, but make calls. What are your DAT matches telling you? So always remember, in an area that's hit by a natural disaster, opportunity is there, guys. That's where you really take massive action, in areas like that. Moving on, guys, let me give you the best analogy. Let me give you the best analogy for average action and then what it requires to get out of average action. Compare what's required in your mind. Compare what's required for freight sales success to having to carry 1,000-pound backpack. This is really what's required, guys. 1,000-pound backpack that you will wear every day into a 40-mile-an-hour wind on a 20-degree upward slope. Is it always like this? No. But to get going, you've got to take this amount of action to get going. If you just get your 3 contacts a day, that's going to get you nowhere. It's going to keep you on a straight line with an ever so slight angle that will take you along at a slow pace, at an average pace, at a pace that will pay your bills. To get ahead, you've got to think of this analogy. I'm going to take this 1,000-pound pack into a 40-mile-an-hour end at a 20-degree angle. That's the analogy you should be thinking, or you must be thinking. So take that analogy into your phone calls on a daily basis. That's the best analogy I can give you. Here's my only tip. My only tip for today, guys, and that's this. To truly, I said this earlier, to truly explode your freight sales business. I mean to truly explode it. You have to take massive, productive, and persistent action on a daily basis. Actually looking 10 years down the line. Businesses are not built in a day, nor are empires, nor are cultures. They're not built in a day. You've got to look 10 years down the line and you'll win. Don't just look a month down the line. If you want to look a month down the line, then think, hey, in this month I am going to acquire between 50 and 100 contacts. Why? So I have enough people to talk to and work with and get loads on the board to get something moving. If you only have 20, 25 contacts after a month, again, they're going to be cheap contacts. You're going to be posting loads for lumber and steel, these standard commodities that pay little. Yes, there's an upside. You get to talk to carriers and improve your carrier skills. However, they're not going to bring you to the promised land as fast as you desire. Great topic today, guys. Again, how staying average creates freight sales, how staying average creates freight sales. Staying average will only get you as far as the amount of effort that you put in. Staying average will basically get you by paying your bills. That's all it's going to do for you. Guys, again, thanks for joining me today on my Tuesday training call. I'll be here again next week, same time at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time on my Tuesday training call. Take care. God bless. I'll see you all again next week. Bye-bye.
When you arrive at my Freight Sales Success Store today, you'll see a host of products available there for purchase. First one you'll see available is my flagship product. That is my Freight Sales Success Guide. typically for beginner and struggling freight agents. If you're searching for that daily motivation to set goals, to achieve them, to pick up the phone daily and connect and build relationships with the marketplace, then opt for my Freight Sales Success quotes. And if you're searching for those specific skills, and there are many skills, many individual skills required to be successful in this profession, then opt for my Freight Sales Success skill. I highly recommend each one of these products, available for purchase today in my Freight Sales Success store. Do you have any questions again? Do you have any questions about today's call? Or more importantly, are you ready for my top producing one-on-one personal freight sales, freight broker training? Then give me, Ted Keys, a call. I'm at 626-309-9141. Great topic for today. Take these skills, apply them. You'll be amazed at what happens to your results.